dock the other day, the engine died on us, and then phone's ringing. Spam risk. Alright. Okay, bye spam risk. Sorry. So it died on us, and I stood there like in shock, like, what do I do? You know, I was back at the back with my lines ready to catch the cleat at the field dock, and the boat died, and I'm just standing there. Ron ran down from the fly bridge and went inside and started it. We don't have a starter on the up on the fly bridge yet, and then as we went around to our slip, it died just as we were going into our slip. And now, when we were leaving the dock, it died again. That time, I ran in and got it started. We got to get this taken care of. I don't want to have a blown engine. But that noise right there says lunch is ready. Hope y'all are having an awesome day today out there.
How come the stars come to shine when it's dark from so far away and show us where we are? What makes the sun go to sleep every night, and what's it dreaming of? I wonder. How come the sky sometimes hides behind the clouds? Maybe it's just like me, a little bit scared of heights. Why does the rain always keep on pouring down when it's gray outside? It really makes me wonder. Yeah, it makes me wonder. It really makes me wonder. Undressed when it's cold, and don't they miss the leaves they left behind?
Our friends were supposed to be coming over in their dinghy in about an hour to have dinner with us, and then this blew in. I don't know if we're gonna have dinner tonight. Well, we're gonna have dinner. I can't hold the camera still, it's so windy out here. I don't know if we're gonna have dinner with company tonight. We'll see. We got an hour for it to calm down. Well, it did start raining, got a little bit wet. Didn't last too long. It's a pretty fast moving storm, but it's still pretty rough out there. And we just got the official word, dinner's canceled tonight. While we're disappointed, we understand. I wouldn't want to be in a dinghy out in that stuff. It's pretty rough, so I don't blame them. But we'll reschedule for another time when Mother Nature cooperates a little bit better.
Sun is setting over Daytona. Getting ready to go have lunch with my friend Freddie. I think we're gonna go do a Thai restaurant. So Ron's gonna take me over there, drop me off. Yummy food. You got a certain glow about you, dear.
Yeah, that's me. That's my halo back there.
There you go. Can't even see you because the side light's so bright, you're like all in shadow.
Good.
Ron was running errands, so I'm getting ready to go get him. I'm I'm hoping I can start that thing. We've been having problems with it. So Ron was doing some errands. I was going to pick him up. I had a hard time starting the dinghy. Like took like 8 poles, I think, and I got it started. I put it in neutral and untied from the swim platform and started to take off. I had to put it completely in neutral to shift gears, and it died on me, and I was already untied from the boat. I started drifting away from the boat further and further. I wasn't too worried about it because there was like a catamaran there, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to grab on that catamaran. I don't think anybody was there, but I was going to grab onto it till I could get the engine started. I hope they wouldn't have minded, but it started drifting me. The current started drifting me out towards into the channel, so I quickly attached the oars to the boat. So I just called Ron, and he says, just paddle here, you got the current going with you. So I started paddling after I got past the first bridge. After I got past the first bridge, I said, okay, well, you know, maybe I'd gotten too much fuel in it or something. So I put the choke on halfway and started it, and it started after about 3 or 4 pulls, and got caught at a bridge for 3 sailboats to go through. And of course the bridge tender is the one that he doesn't open unless he has to, and he closed it down real quick to not give me time to go under, so I was still doing circles till he got it closed. But then we got here, and Ron's getting a couple of sodas to go for us. Rowers here in Daytona, they have a lot of them almost every morning, like what, 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning, Ron? And then like this time at night, I mean, it can be dark and they'll be out rowing.
A lot of speed, pulling hard, but resting a lot on the recovery.
Taking it out, guys, let's go! Let's do it,
Could it be to make the ground shine like gold until winter comes? Until winter comes, until winter comes. It really makes me wonder. Yeah, it makes me wonder. It really makes me wonder. Oh, I wonder.
So we were supposed to anchor in Mosquito Lagoon tonight. We're actually here where we're supposed to anchor, but it's rough. You can see the water splashing behind me. We know if we anchor in this stuff, we're going to be rolling, and it's not going to be comfortable, and it's not supposed to let up tonight. It's going to be this way all night long, so we don't want to do it. So we're going to keep heading on. It's about another 2 hours to Titusville. We're going to go there and see if we can find us a mooring ball. The back of my legs are getting wet. That's what I'm looking at. Just the stuff splashing up is soaking me. So we're going to get out of this rough stuff, hopefully. I'm banking on Titusville being calmer, and we're going to see if we can have a restful night. Well, we just came through Haulover Canal, and I was right, it's definitely much calmer in here. A lot less wind. Sun's in my eyes, but that's okay, it'll go down. And so it should be a much more comfortable anchorage for tonight. We're gonna hopefully grab a mooring ball at Titusville. It's first come, first served basis, so we won't know till we get there. We're gonna go check it out. Thanks for watching.